Oh. It's doing its own thing now. Hello people, I'm in Newcastle. I'm a little bit late. Couldn't find the girls earlier, so I'm just going to run across the road now because I can see them coming across the road. And got to get this gimbal going. Oh, yeah. Start again. Here they are. Disaster with the gimbal. Hello ladies, hang on, let me just turn this around because I'm having trouble controlling this. Hang on, I'm wrong way with you. Wait a minute.
Morning, Sharon!
Hello ladies, sorry about this. I was struggling to get my equipment working. Hello people. I walked along there, you know, hello. I walked along there and I couldn't see anybody, so I walked back to my car because I'm parked up there. Yeah, sorry about that. But yeah, we're caught up now. I'm with the Mockingjays in Newcastle and we're at the side of the road. I don't know if you can see those signs. We're outside the BBC and the ladies are now setting up.
Yeah, just round the corner so they can see you down the other side.
I'm going to walk along and then I can get all your signs in. Hello again. Oh, I'm not even on anybody there, look. I don't know what's going on with this. There we go. Right. I'm not gonna risk life and limb on the road, so I will have a look at your... Oh, the traffic's not moving.
Oh, they're gonna blow.
Outside the lovely BBC there, look. We're live on Children Matter News. And have a look at you. You have to bring it round for me because you can't see. I'm not going on road. Thank you. Is that pump? It's lovely Sarah.
You alright?
Yes, are you? I'm having trouble with my kit today as usual.
It's a little bit windy.
Yes, it's out of balance as well.
Hopefully the rain stays off though.
Oh yeah, long enough anyway. I didn't know, because I know you said there weren't many coming, I didn't know. I walked down, I couldn't see anybody.
What do you know?
Get 4 hours free parking there.
Oh, cool.
So, I won't be running today.
Good.
Hopefully. Who's what? Morning Keith.
Morning, Keith.
Kev wearing. Morning ladies, sorry can't make it today, take care, have a fab day. And Mike, ladies out in force, you got this, he's put, so.
Come on.
Yes, I'm going to have a walk along the line now. I think you're the youngest member of the team, aren't you, at the moment? Out regularly with the women, aren't you?
Yeah, all the
well
time.
done you. What have you got behind there? Have you got... There you go, you see. Thank you very much. I found out that they were jabbing in the my local high school in my town from yesterday, today and tomorrow. And so apparently they all had to wear masks again. Do you understand what that's about?
No, not at all. None of it makes sense and people should be waking up now.
Absolutely, sorry I haven't got you in there, babe. There you go. Oh yeah. Turning around to the BBC. Oh, come on. There we go. Hello.
Oh, good morning.
Just going to make sure. Kev says hi to everybody. I'll have to go up the line and say hi from Kev. Yeah, there was a message on saying why you couldn't be here, so I think you're forgiven. Kev says hi. I haven't got I've got a new phone and I couldn't put my microphone on it. So I'm gonna, there you go. Hello, how are you?
Good, really good, thank you. We're just showing the BBC what we think of them today. So we've just turned around for a little bit to show all these lovely people in the office.
Yes, just in case they were wondering what all these people are doing lined up at the side of the road.
Yes!
And I think we've got some support there, ladies. Yes. You have to keep the wind down on days like this, don't you? Kev says hi to everybody. So, as you can see, you don't need masses of people to do this. You can just a group of people willing to come and spend a couple of hours of the day, make a few signs. It's just time out your day, isn't it, ladies? You know, it's not.
We can tell our children we've tried.
Absolutely. We've not sat in the armchair listening to all the bullshit. And this is the sad thing. I saw a video this morning about somebody convincing a child. The child's asking what's going to happen in 5 years' time, and she said we don't know. But yet they're still going to try and. Oops, sorry, too far up there. Mighty Michael. Yeah, they can't tell them what's going to happen to them in 5 years' time, but they still want them to take it. It's horrendous, really. So, well done, ladies, and I'm glad to be here because I didn't know if you were turning up or not. I'm sorry, I'm in my car.
Yes, we're here.
I might have known. Me of little faith today. Slap on the wrist for Spinksy. Yes. See how many honks. So is anybody going to try and get an interview with anybody in the BBC
Well, we'll
today?
see if they want to come and talk to us. That would be awesome. But obviously, we're not going to barge in. We're not that sort of people.
No.
We're nice, calm,
Peaceful.
responsible mummies.
Come along, make your point.
Making a point. Yeah.
Peaceful, lawful.
Absolutely. Yeah. That's the way
And-
forward.
Yeah, and people are honking their horns, which is brilliant.
Isn't it good?
So have you got any updates for any of the schools or anything around the area? Because I know there's they've started the programmes, haven't they?
Yeah, they have. I know that people have been busy serving some liability notices in schools in like Hartlepool and that sort of thing. Obviously, we're keeping track of what's going on in schools in Newcastle and in Northumberland. There's been some vaccinations going on or chabinations going on in some of the schools already, and we've had various letters of correspondence written by our amazing legal lot to help us out and send them into school and open dialogues with the heads and that sort of thing. So.
I saw some of the paperwork that was getting sent out to the schools. Did share it around a little bit too. For any parents out there, because obviously you have to put your child's name on there and your name, but stating clearly that if anything happens to their child, you know, they should be held accountable.
Absolutely. I mean, it's obviously the teachers are allowing it on the premises, and then obviously the next step is the immunisation teams, because they're the ones who are sticking it in the children. So they need to be fully aware and understand their accountability of what they're doing. You know, God forbid if anything happens to any of the children, but it's their fault, it's their fucking fault.
I heard one doctor saying on an interview that how he's never this heart condition that's now becoming a big problem was unheard of, really, especially young people.
Yeah, totally. And it's like, I mean, there's healthy people in the 30s now, 40s, just dropping dead of a heart attack and stuff like that. I mean, what the fuck is that all about? And like, is anybody going to start putting things together now? I mean, I hope so.
It's like everybody seems to know somebody that's had some adverse reaction or died in the sleep, or I mean, a lot of a lot of comments I've seen, men in the middle-aged men, no illnesses, 50s, just going to bed and not waking up. So and I saw a video this morning where the girl was asking about what happens in 5 years, and she couldn't answer it, but they were still willing to give them it. This child's obviously concerned.
Yeah. Well, we were on there was a live thread, more fool them, I think they might have regretted it, on the Evening Chronicle last night, Newcastle's local rag, which is misreporting an awful lot of stuff, and it's totally biased about this whole thing. And they opened up a live feed last night with the director of health and some of their bigwigs, supposed bigwigs, and they were really trying to sell why you should get your child vaccinated. Fortunately for them, there was quite a few of us found out about it, so we hammered the thread, and I don't think they were expecting it. But even though people were asking about long-term safety effects for kids, and they just can't see anything because there is no data. There's nothing. It's absolutely mental if you think it's a good idea to get your child jabbed.
Especially when you don't know the impact of that, and we know, don't we now, through, if you look back in time, the effects of these things, when they've not known the long-term effects, it's not been a good outcome, has it, really, in most cases. And so any parent considering putting their child at risk like that.
And do you know what, they were talking last night, and there was a headmaster on there who is probably going to get a visit from us lot outside his lovely school, because he was very keen to get the masks back in school, and going along the whole agenda of, well, the children have missed so much school last year that they need to get vaccinated so they can carry on with their education. I mean, what sort of twisted thought pattern is that? It wasn't our fault that the kids were off school last year, it was the fucking government that shut the schools. And to try and blackmail them into saying they need to come back because they've missed so much, but they have to come back and have a jab. It doesn't matter if they have a fucking jab anyway, because they can still get it, still catch it.
Well, I know people that have had both and are worse. They were worse. I mean, my family members had it that hadn't been jabbed, and they had a cold. They had a cold, basically, some worse than others, but the ones that had it were definitely worse, and are considered to have long receiving now. But so if there's no positive effect, and I think the response a lot of people is, at least I didn't end up in hospital. It's the local workers up there. I know they're feeling it too, aren't they, with all of this? I mean, the impact on everybody for all of this carry on, it's jobs wise and everything, people losing their jobs.
Yeah. You've got to just, I mean, at the end of the day, what's important, it's just all about common sense, isn't it? And they're just... Yeah, it's crazy what's going on.
I don't know if his passenger was over keen at that. She looked a little bit like, oh no, why? So yeah. So what's the plan today? Is it just a little protest outside here, and then...
Short and sweet.
That's all you need, isn't it?
Yeah, that's it. Just say hello and just say actually
Seeing you ladies out here and seeing it takes, what, how many of there is here? About a dozen? It doesn't take a lot, does it?
Yeah.
A bit of balls and a bit of creativity.
Yeah, we've just got to keep showing up, and everybody needs to show up now.
Yeah.
Because it's getting just critical.
There will be people.
Well, because Lisa Shaw worked here and she died because of getting the vaccine. A young mum. So they need to come out and fucking talk to us.
I saw the interview with her husband, and really they didn't let him say what he wanted to say, I felt.
Yeah.
Because it didn't follow the narrative, did it? So, yeah, it's important not to forget these people, because
I just hope there's at least one person in there, and there has got to be one person who's thinking good on them lasses outside.
Yeah.
They might, they might be one of the ones who've got an important job or something like that, who can't necessarily be outspoken, or they just haven't got to that.
we have to be the voices for those that can.
Yeah, we do. Yeah.
And that's the hope, the message that people that watch this at home get, is that a group of people willing to come out and stand around at the side of the road, and I mean, there's always people in your area that'll have the same mindset.
Yeah. Yeah.
So just find the common folk, the like-minded.
Find your groups. There will be people all over the place. Just try and link in on social media. I know it's a bit shit and we all hate it, but hey, we use it to our own advantage, don't we? That's all we can do.
And if you like and share this video around, then obviously these girls will get a little bit more support.
Yes, we're a Mockingjay group in the northeast. Welcome, please join us. We're on Instagram, we're on Telegram. We got onto Signal the other night when it all went tits up with the internet, so we've got a Signal group now as well. So, but we'll never stop. We'll always keep going.
Brilliant.
It's just how it is.
Brilliant. Kev's liked and shared it, so thank you, Kev. And no running today. My car is parked free for 4 hours, and we're not going to be here that long, so I have no worry about running just up the road there. So yeah.
I don't know why they're not given our point. You know, it's also one-sided, isn't it?
Yes.
What's that about? If there's no agenda, if we're all just mad, then do both sides of the story. I thought we lived in a democracy here, so
Yeah.
it's never an open debate. I mean, that live thing on the Chronicle last night.
Oh, tell me about that, because I didn't see it.
I mean, I went on afterwards, I didn't go on it live, but basically the 4 experts, one of them just happened to used to work for Big Pharma. He used to, you know what I mean?
I think they all have at some point, though, haven't they, these
Some
experts?
kind of link, yeah. And then start talking about the anti-vaxxers. It's like, well, people who are doing research, people who care about kids getting poisoned, people who want to do research, all of a sudden they're labelled as anti-vaxxers. Not necessarily. I mean, some of them are. Some of them are ex-vax because they understand the implications of vaccines.
And some people have had one and realised it's not a good idea, and then turned
Exactly. Or people who
towards the research.
I mean, Matt Hancock saying months and months ago that it was an adult jab, and there's adults saying, so why is jabbing the kids?
Yeah.
Some people are happy to be jabbed, saying I won't let you jab your kids. It's a trial, and now it's coming out that it's a trial.
And when they can't tell you the long-term effect of it, are you willing to put your child at risk of that?
Exactly, for something that's almost 100% recoverable. It's ridiculous.
And when you know that they've got a depopulation plan, and they've got sustainable development, let's call it, because if I say the other thing, I might get... if you pick that apart, everything they're doing leads to our demise, not our benefit.
Exactly.
And anybody playing by their rules is leading to their own demise and ours.
And if you listen to that, I think it's called John O'Looney, he's the funeral director.
Yes.
And he's got a lot of good stuff, like, not good stuff to say, but he's got a lot of factual stuff
Yes.
to share. And he was saying at the beginning there was COVID deaths, that wasn't COVID. He's saying there's a lot of mistreatment, and there's a lot of vaccine deaths coming, and he's trying to tell people not to get the jab, or he's asking them like their opinions, but obviously he's got to watch what he says. Yeah, there's a lot of people not being allowed to speak. Why aren't you speaking to people who haven't got financial interest? The people who've got things to lose, why isn't the BBC listening to people like that?
Because they're all paid out of the same trough, aren't they?
Yeah.
They're all paid by the same
Literally
people.
all boils down to money, not health.
TT Race is saying, I saw a post on Facebook from a doctor's surgery saying that they could not legally vax the 12 to 15 and to wait for the mop-up session if missed. It is worrying that it's been rolled out in all the schools, and people are ill-informed, like you said. They've not got the other side of the argument, and unless you actually look for that information. I was talking to somebody the other day, and they were asking, they've been looking all over social media and everything for protests because they wanted to go along, but they couldn't find anything.
Right, wow. And they're thinking they're having informed consent. There's some, even the immunisation teams, some of them didn't even know about the yellow card scheme. So if they're not informed, then and the public are not informed, and then I heard on the radio the other day, a midwife came on and said pregnant women need to get vaccinated. There's no ill adverse events whatsoever. She actually said that out of her own mouth. So is she responsible if anything happens to those babies?
My daughter was working in a care home when she was pregnant, and she tested positive for COVID while she was pregnant. She still refused the whooping cough. She'd never had it with the others. She refused the flu jab. She refused the COVID jab. We've had it. The family had it recently, and the ones who'd had the cure, were worse than the ones that hadn't.
And isn't the statistics coming out now that there's like 50 times more likely to die of something else of having that rather than dying of this?
And when you know they have an agenda to affect the reproduction system of the common folk, I wouldn't let them anywhere near my kids now with a...
so sinister. I can't believe the times we're living in, that there's just mass genocide going on and most people are just blind to it. It's so frustrating. You want to shake them awake, but you can't. There's nothing you can do.
And these people that are pushing it, they are guilty of genocide. And they may not think of the consequences now, but...
Yeah. Further down the line, they're sitting there happy in the beds or something, 20 years from now, maybe even 10 years from now. They'll be held accountable one way or another.
The question is asked here, how are they, if it's illegal for the doctors to do it, how are they administering it in the schools? Because they've paid people to do it.
Exactly. Follow the money,
Yeah, another one.
money trail.
Double dipped with chest pains. It's
It's horrific, isn't it?
yeah. Just thankful for you ladies coming out on it because it's cold. I mean, even with this, I think probably there's an unsteady hand because I'm shivering.
Little contraption, that one, I love it.
I know it's taking a bit of handling. I'm not very good with technology.
Thank you for always coming out and recording us. You're a star.
Well, I thought I'd missed you or something today because I was like, I can't see anybody. I walked down and then walked back, but yeah, I should have known better that you'd be still out, no matter how many of you could turn up.
Rain or shine.
All closed headlines.
Oh.
From there.
Come on then, Sarah. What's the latest?
The latest.
Let's have a little interview.
Oh, Sharon, you always do this to me. I don't know. I'm just going with the flow. Trying to cause as much trouble as possible.
Did you keep hold of your job or did you have to leave?
No. So the government said, so I was supposed to get sacked on the 11th of November.
Right.
And the government said that I now need to sign a exemption, self-certified exemption, which I'm allowed for 12 weeks, which takes us up to February. And then if I haven't got an exemption from the doctor, then I have to leave. So obviously I'm not going to get an exemption from the doctor, am I? Which then makes it possible for them to sack me without being able to sue them. Because I was going to take them to court, but now I don't feel like I can, and I feel like I just want to give up with it.
Last Friday, not last Friday, the Friday before, I think it's the phone line is 119 that you phone to get an exemption form that you then fill in and then send it to your doctor to decide whether you're exempt to get an exemption pass. And I could probably get an exemption pass because up until December they can't enforce it, but after that they're going to say you've got to have some sort of pass, whether it's a COVID.
February is when I'm going to say that May.
Well, in the information that I read that was sent to me when we were going to a festival about the passes, it was from December that venues could then insist.
21st of December.
Right, yeah.
My
Something like
birthday.
that. Is it?
Yeah, let's celebrate.
Yeah, you get your pass to go in the club. No, thanks.
Yeah.
But so there's people that will just go and get the exemption. For me, it's a case of even if I could, would I? Because
It's playing part of the...
I don't want to be part of that. I don't want to be any part of this carry on.
Exactly, yeah, same.
Because I don't believe in it. I believe there's flu and
Yeah.
pneumonia
Yeah.
and norovirus and, you know, asthma and hay fever and all of those things that they've given this virus a name, you know, they've named. Just because they decided that this year they wanted the Great Reset, or last year they wanted the Great Reset, that we've got to go through all of this crap. And I would rather be part of a society that's separate from this one.
Yeah,
If
me
you
too.
have to play ball.
Yeah.
And I don't care how much they scaremonger and try. I refuse to live in fear. And it's like, I know you ladies feel the same.
Yeah, definitely.
And so you can find your tribe in each place.
Yeah.
And come together and support each other. And
That's what this whole Mock and J group was about in the first place, was obviously our first it was to bring women together, so that we could go for little dates, park, you know. At the time we didn't realise all this was going to really get as far, so it was like meet people just like you, share your views and go and like have coffee, and never thought that this many people would join, which is mint. And now it's just like full steam ahead. So the fact that we've now got so many different professionals within the group as well, we could easily create our own community, and we could easily avoid taking part.
have a look at them in a minute.
Yeah, I will. Oh, thank you, Charlotte. I'll dish these out. So, you know, I'm sure that there's some schools in South Shields as well that have started to set up to take unvaccinated children. So I'll be looking into that for my children. I'm sure many of the groups will be looking into that. Even stuff like if, say, there was 10 mums who took the kids out of school, you could all club together. One day I would do the art class, the next day they would do the maths class, and then you would share the schooling so it wasn't such a burden. Because I don't know about anyone else, but to me homeschooling's quite scary, because I'm not saying that I'm thick, but I'm not like...
I'm kind of hoping there's enough teachers who are against what's going on that leave their jobs and are looking for something to do that, you know, because it's like that airline pilot in Australia, isn't it? He's got a great following now because he spoke out about it, you know, they're dying in the air.
I heard that was horrible.
And so they're justifiably saying no. And he said I think there was 200,000 police that didn't want to enforce these laws in Australia that had got in touch with him.
Brilliant.
So having got as bad as it's got over there, it's had to get that bad, I think, for people to take that stand. But hopefully they're leading the way, and hopefully that the groups and the people that work for the establishment, like those,
like the BBC, who are just spouting bullshit constantly.
broadcasting corporation over there, that's
spreading fear every single day, making people ill.
propaganda
worried.
machine for the wrong side, that's for sure.
That is so true. I mean, these people should hold their head in shame of what they're doing, as well as all of the people that are just going along with it just to keep the job. I mean, there's other ways, do you know what I mean? Like, if you're going along with something like this, then history will be watching you, and you know, you really need to take a good hard look at yourself and start thinking about what it is you actually want, because there'll be a time where people will, you know, I hope, be punished for their part of what they've done. If we get the right way, like if we, how to describe it, like...
The thing is, we have to create a positive narrative, a way forward for people by making a stand, showing people that you don't have to, you just have to have a group of people that can come together and hold a sign up at the side of the road to get support, to give them encouragement that the statistics that they've been putting out this whole time have all been rubbish. So, you know, it's...
And I think the time will come, even for, you know, people who have took the jab and realised that they've made a mistake. We're not going to seclude people from it. If you've took the jab and you've decided that you made a mistake and you want to be, you know,
People
on the
like that
right
are valuable
side.
because they've got first-hand experience of their reasons for
Taking it
initially
and being
believing
right.
it was the right thing to do,
Yeah.
but finding out it's not been for them. So
Yeah, exactly. They're welcome to join the group as well. Like, we want everyone to come together. We don't want to be divided. We don't want people to be dropping down dead and, you know, being hurt from the vaccine. We want people to come together and take out the frigging government that's doing it all. At the end of the day, like, come on, stand up, rise with your fellow man before it's too bloody late.
the thing about the elite is that they're the 1%,
Exactly.
and their biggest fear is that the 99% all take the same side against them, but they own everything, they control everything.
They're so rich that...
But they only do that because people are too scared to say no, and we have to practice saying no to everything that the establishment is saying to us. No.
And I think as time goes on, you know, as the dark winter approaches, is what they've been calling it, people will start to get angry, people will start to kick off, and people are going to be in for a big shock. And I really hope that they are, because it's time now that people start just saying no instead of just going, oh, it's part of my job, or, you know, I've got to do it. It's part of my job to look after mentally ill people who I actually really care about. And now I'm getting sacked, and there's no staff to take over from my role. I've worked in the same home for 7 years. I love the people that I look after, and there's not many people out there who could do my job, and there's not many people who will. So think of the people like
Every Tory
that as
MP,
well.
every Tory MP in the North East, because I've done a little bit of research, I've got a list of names of all the MPs in the North East, and every Tory MP voted for mandatory vaccines in care homes.
Yeah.
Every one of them.
It's
And
shocking,
so, you know, maybe people should start writing letters to them on a personal level to actually educate them if they're ignorant to what they've actually signed up for, or at least tell them what they think of them for what they've done, if they've done it on what they consider an informed decision, and if they've just held the party line as they do, being told, oh, you know, they get bonuses, don't they, for all these things, they've got shares in all these companies.
Exactly.
So we need to get to them on a personal level, and
I think that means being more, what's the right word? I'm not too sure. I don't know if it's guerrilla, because that sounds a bit scary, but actually stand outside their houses.
if they're supposed to be representing us, we have a right to turn up at their door and ask them why they're misrepresenting us. I think.
I do as well. I really do, and I think that time will come, and they need to be ready for that.
And the amount of money in the bank won't help them then, because, and I don't care if they haven't got a conscience, I don't care if they're all narcissists and they don't give a shit, because nobody wants a gang of people turning up at the doorstep upsetting the neighbours in the nice neighbourhoods, do they?
Exactly. Another point is that, you know, if the system collapses and the economy collapses, then those people will be affected too. So when they lose the pensions,
that's what the middle class don't get. They're the first to get destroyed in all of this.
Exactly, that's what they're doing.
There's no room for middle class in communist society, and this is what they're creating with the tyranny.
So that's when they'll start to move, I'm sure. That's when, hopefully, when even the police, when the pensions are gone and the money in the banking system collapsed, but then it might be a little bit too late. Do you know what I mean? And I just hope that people wake up faster and sooner.
Thank you, Sarah.
You're welcome.
And you'll have to keep me informed whenever you're having a little outing.
Well, you are the admin, so you are one of us.
I tried to keep up, but there's so much talk on the chat.
I know, and then when you don't get someone replying to you, it's like, reply to me.
I know, but sometimes it gets lost in all the other messages. I go on and there's like 54, so I'm like, oh no, I've got to scan through all of them. I'm going to cross over the road and walk along.
See you in a bit. Thanks for the stickers.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Okay, shall I go and stick some on the windows?
If you want. Right, hang on. Gotta get the road safe. Oh! I wasn't going to be safe there, was I? Traffic's coming, I'm going to run. Right, hang on. There we go. don't know if you can really see it. Can I zoom in? Has anybody shared what? Kev's shared it. I've said, can people? Kenneth shared. I don't know if anybody's watching from the Mockingjay group. Can you share the link on all the platforms, please? I did have a little play with this thing, didn't I? Thanks, Kev. See, it's all it takes. Handful of people. I always got the full armour on me, like. It's not even coming this way. I remember doing a demo out here. Last one I did outside of here was with the veterans. I guess he likes his BMW. People are all looking like it. They're all having a good look. They're reading the signs. He's moved along so he can read it. Getting distracted looking at the signs. Oh. I think it were Penkhurst or something like that, wasn't it? You're on about the suffragettes. It always comes down to the women. Mind you saying that. There's a lot of evil ones in these jobs, these powerful positions. There's plenty of Cruellas up there in the higher ranks. Oh, I'm going to cross over. I'm a green man. Change. That one's red, but you know, isn't it? The car's coming. So you've come out, I'm going to pick on you because you're the only guy here. Oh, sorry about that.
I know.
But well done for coming out because
it's all for the kids.
It's freezing.
Absolutely. Can't feel my fingers, but I'm alright.
Yeah, it's gloves and woolly hat time now, isn't it? I should have
bought an extra jumper this morning, but it's alright.
Yeah, we're needing the gloves. My hands are cold as well. But have you got children? You've got children,
yes. He was autistic.
Oh, bless.
Obviously, he pressed up his first jobs. And
oh, really?
Against them before this.
Yeah, so that's awful. My heart was in my mouth every time my daughter went with her children.
She was really worried. We missed the appointment.
Yeah.
She got herself all wound up about it and got the plane straight down, and then went on holiday and he rested for about hours. So I don't need anybody to tell me anything.
You know your child.
Yeah, absolutely. Grace changed our life. Obviously, she's got autism. Which brought the seizures on. It's got like low function. Changed our lives. We haven't had a full night's sleep since it happened, so thank you very much.
And how old's she?
He's 13 now. He's absolutely brilliant. He's an absolute gift from God.
So no sleep in 13 years.
Destroys everything because that's just the way he is. He picks hard work, but we've just adjusted. But
and the heartbreaking thing is that needn't have been the case.
the heartbreak thing is what it tells you he actually has been damaged, and then he says he can't see it on the boots. So you know what I mean. Also got told by 14 specialists that our son would never give us any eye contact, any emotion or walk, and he has done every single one of them.
Brilliant.
So,
that's because of the love of his parents. Yeah. This is how powerful parents are, and this is why they try to destroy that bond between them, isn't it?
Yes, it is. Because to be honest, we pushed him further than he could have gone.
You put faith in him. That's what you did.
We pushed him to do what he can do.
Yes, as any good parent should do with any child, no matter what the limits.
But we're a strapping young lad. Just obviously we're just dealing with the seizures at the minute. He's on new medication, so thanks for that as well. Got the other daughter over there. She's fighting for us.
Is that your daughter?
That's my other daughter. Yes, that's my daughter as well.
Little warrior woman.
Got the wife up there.
Oh, brilliant. Oh, are you Claire's husband then?
Yes.
Oh, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
I've chatted with Claire a few times.
Yes.
I've put the two together. I should have known when you said your daughter, really, but
yes.
Oh, so bless you for coming out.
Oh yes.
And you know, I'm surprised there ain't more people coming out because of that reason that you've got.
25,000-50,000 can turn up for boxing and football and all that.
I know.
Different kettle of fish. This is not about scoring goals. It's about the safety of our children and not getting this job because it will kill a lot of them. And
when you know what the ultimate agenda is, why would anybody trust them?
It's all been planned from day one. It's all controlled. Every single thing that we do in this world is all controlled by them. That's it. End of.
But us critical thinkers get labelled conspiracy theories. But you know, when they all keep coming true, you have to find new conspiracies to.
Like one of my mates who's getting the job, he's getting the second one. The messages saying, I wonder why my arm's hurt when I'm walking past the 5G tower. Just answered your own question, mate.
Oh, but you know what? It's awful because my brothers have got it done, and everyone's like, oh well, at least I can travel. And then you hear that all of these flights are getting grounded because there's no pilots, and all these pilots are getting sacked. They're making it so you can't fly unless you're very wealthy.
Yeah.
And so, you know, even the cost of the testing and everything.
Come on, they're sitting on Good Morning TV with the social distancing, and then they're going to the tennis matches where they're sitting next to each other. You're absolutely funny, bro.
If people can't see, if their intuition isn't kicking them in the guts about this, they're already dead. I'm sorry, but
the brain's too programmed all these years.
That's what I mean.
Like
they're already.
You see, hear me granddad talking about the government, all the government says to do that for you. It's not until you start doing your own research, you start acting. I fell out with all my family and all.
Yeah.
Brother, mum, dad, uncle, cousin. I'm not going to change who I am for other people.
And you know, when you're willing to stand in the truth, no matter how anybody else feels about it, you know that you're doing the right thing because.
It's like, do you think we want to wake up every day knowing this? Do you not think we
I know. What do we actually get for this?
What? Sleepless nights. Overwhelmed by everything that we're learning every day. We learn something different every day about what's going on.
We take on the responsibility of trying to protect the rest of humanity because they haven't woken up. And it's like they punish us for it.
It's like when you argue with someone and say, I've had my job, but I'm not getting my job because I'm going to try and protect your children. People need to wake up, they need to start thinking for themselves instead of just listen. We've never watched TV in 15 years. We've moved it completely.
Yeah. I don't. I got to a point when even watching films that they were telling you what they were doing, and it was making me feel sick. And it was like, do you not? It's not just a film. This is them telling you. They get some sick satisfaction out of rubbing it in our noses.
Yes. They think we're stupid.
Yeah.
They really think we're stupid, but we're not. It's all gonna come. It's all gonna go boom this time.
Once you lift that veil, there's no going back.
Oh, you can't go back to sleep.
No, once that veil's been lifted and the darkness is the light's shone in, it's no good. You're lost to the truth forever.
Yes, yeah, that's true.
And it is hard work. I'm going to have a chat with that.
Oh, she's well.
Right, I know you should have had your Mockingjays banner along the railings. That's what you need to do. Next time, bring the banner. Hello. Yes. Brilliant.
So apt.
Yes. And this is it. We didn't sign an oath to Queen and Country. We signed an oath to our children, didn't we? The day they're born, to protect them.
Every single child.
Yes.
That's the most important thing.
Yes.
I think people are losing sight of that. It's all about protecting children, nothing else.
Definitely. Definitely. And that's all we're all out here for, isn't it?
Every single day.
Although they think we're running for some reason. I don't get it. I know. I see you got some stickers. Brilliant. I love all these, you know.
I know, I love them.
I laugh, you know, when you put them up and then the next day somebody's ripped them down, I think.
I just put them back up, mate.
Bless you.
I know, you've got nothing better to do.
I think, but then the sad side of that is that people are living in fear, aren't they?
Yeah.
So I was just having a chat with your dad. I didn't realise that was your dad.
Did you know?
No. So yeah, he was telling me about why he's the only man here, and it's right.
Yeah.
There should be more people coming out, shouldn't there? There should be more.
Yeah,
but this is what
people are scared, because obviously if you come out and say stuff, then like you're gonna get people having to go at you and stuff. It's just people don't like the violence.
look at all these thumbs up and bippins and.
We need a lot more people, don't we?
Well, I think we need a lot more little groups like yourself that are willing to stand at the side of the road and educate people, or at least draw attention to it.
People my age, like.
Well, I think you're a pretty good advocate for it. I think you should do a bit of YouTubing and reach out to those people in your age group. Get yourself live on Facebook and appeal to them. You've been out to these demos enough now.
Yeah.
Enough now to know what you're doing.
Yeah, I do know. Yeah.
So will we be seeing you? Will we be seeing you doing little Facebook lives then, or are you going to?
You never know, I might do.
Because I saw a girl stand up about it wasn't about all, it was about taking our rights away, and she was a young girl, and I think it was in Leeds or Manchester or somewhere like that, I think. Liverpool maybe. And she got a really good following because young people need somebody to be their voice, you know.
There'll be people out there that are like me, just obviously hiding away in the room because they don't know what else to do.
They follow stuff but they don't comment, or they don't know that they think everybody else thinks the other way, I think, because it's portrayed that way in the media, isn't it? The scandalous media. Oh.
And you get the people that are swearing at you and stuff, but it's like they don't realise what we're doing. They just think we're crazy.
And you've just got to see those people as they're angry because they're scared.
Yeah. Because they don't like to hear the truth, do they?
Yeah, they're scared of the truth.
Like that.
She just happened to be wearing a bobble hat. No, that's what I said. Well, she was a good representation of the hypnotised, let's say. Yes. If people can share this around, please get it on all the platforms, and then we can encourage more people to come out in these little groups. And if you want me to come and video or go live on Children Matter, I'll do that as well. You just have to let me know. Happy to record any little protests. It's the only way people get to find out the truth. It's the only way, isn't it, that people find out the truth.
We're filming all the reactions
it'll go and pass. It either brings out the best or the worst in people.
It does, yes. And I was just saying, it's those that bring out the worst. They're already living in fear, aren't they? So, you know, got to feel sympathy. Sympathy. Let's meet up in 5 years, boys. See if they're giving you the finger then, eh?
Exactly.
Let's come back to this one.
3 nipples.
Yes, we were just saying people's different reactions. It's quite entertaining. But you know, even when I was doing the Justice for Women and Children stuff, the counter protest, there we go, and you're trying to defend women and children from being raped, and you're trying to educate people about the dangers, and you've got a counter protest to people that actually work in rape crisis centres and places like that, and it's like, you obviously get paid by the government, who don't want us opening this can of worms, because they're all involved somewhere along the line and not protecting our children, and all these people that are working for child protection services not protecting our children, in fact putting them into danger, getting paid a good wage to not protect our children.
That's what I was researching before the COVID started. I was all Save the Children and Pizzagate and all that. It gives you nightmares reading into all of that stuff, what they've been doing.
Yeah.
And then how they're protected.
Epstein Island and all of that.
Oh God! And then what's he called? Prince Nancy.
Yeah.
With everything. Okay.
It is. It's yes, thumbs up. There's more thumbs up than anything else.
I think we've had a really good response.
Yes. Yeah, I do.
I think it's probably even be better than on the Time Bridge.
Yeah.
Like more honking.
There's probably people hating this place as well, because I mean, you know,
Man, look at the state of it.
They're just.
And not one of them's had the decency to come out and ask what we're doing and why we're here. It says a lot.
I mean, it's cold today. They could have at least stopped by work.
I know. Bit of hospitality, eh? I haven't paid my TV licence for many years because I don't watch the bloody rubbish.
Nah, neither do I. My TV broke about 4 weeks ago, and I'm thinking, well, I'm not going to get another one. People coming in my sick room get, where's your telly? I haven't got one.
Get the big thumbs up over there. Yes.
BBC Alliance! They've got a big map. I've got a megaphone, but you want to well.
See, it's very simple to have a little protest, a little demonstration, drum up some support, let people know that there was people fighting for the rights. I'm surprised there's not streets full of people like you guys, especially those that's losing the jobs.
It just takes that, you've got to step over that line, haven't you? That's what it is.
Yeah.
Right.
Yes. Find like-minded people. Yeah.
Jill's staring out the bus.
The guy's chatty reading, but the others just don't want to look.
Great responses. We stopped here before, and there was a little old lady stood up in the bus and was clapping.
Oh, was she?
And on another bus there was little old guy in a mask who was putting thumbs up to us at the window. So it's all good.
Oh, I was thinking that nobody's been making any comments, but it was stuck on the old comment. Right, I'm going to read through my comments now. I do think there's more people on our side than not, though.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely.
Talking about the rabbit. There's a reason I miss my comments sometimes. Hi Lena, hope you're still watching. Sorry, I've just seen your message. The guy with the green hair, well, I don't think he's very well, is he? What's his name? I don't know his name. He's a really good supporter, isn't he?
Is.
He's not very well. Has he got the big C? Yeah. BBC Newcastle. Oh, Kev's told him anyway. Right. Get the people on the bus. Jason put his foot through his TV. Yes, the Mockingjays are girls to be proud of for sure. And the next time I come out with you ladies, I'll be wearing gloves. Yes, my hands are a bit... Are yours not gripping onto them? Oh look, there we go. Wonders how long. There we go. Hello boys! Not stopping now. Oh, maybe they're going to turn round. No. You don't want the bad publicity, do they? Oh, Binksy's there. Binksy the cop slayer. Shouldn't say that, I'm pushing my luck, aren't I?
I missed what you said.
I said the police weren't stopping. I said they found that there's not much point now.
Yeah, well,
You don't want the bad press off Binksy the cop slayer.
I was thinking, are they looking to see if there was anything arrestable on the site?
Free speech. Sorry, we've still got it in this country, I do believe. Only just, but you know, we have to keep standing our ground. Thanks for sharing, Lena. Yes. I won my case against Greater Manchester Police the other month. It was something that happened 3 years ago on the after the Manchester bombing. We were on the Remembrance March for the year after.
Yes.
It was the Football Lads Alliance, and we've been talking about it on Children Matter, actually, me and Phil, because I was with Phil and then they arrested me, and it was unlawful arrest, and they beat me up in the van and held me in custody. So I took them to court and I won because they didn't know the law.
Well,
so police won't arrest Shazza again. Yeah, and they tried to get me on assaulting the police, but when I got to the court it got thrown out before I even got in the courtroom because there was no evidence of me doing that.
Right.
So they just trumped up charges just to abuse their authority, let's say. But you're getting a good response today, ladies, aren't you? I know some people are putting the finger up, but
I think 1 in 15 maybe. Still a bit sad. However.
yeah, some people just don't want to look. They've been so blinded by it that they don't want to look.
Well,
They don't want to put them glasses of truth on.
And the cognitive dissonance is horrendous, is it not?
Yeah.
You just stop acting calm.
Yeah, that's the thing, isn't it? Facing up to it, and it's even those that have been really poorly have said, "Well, at least I'm not in hospital."
Yeah.
But you know, you have to look on the bright side, I guess. Try to be positive, but no, we just have to keep at it, don't we, and keep warning as many people. So thanks for coming out today. It's brilliant. I'm trying to encourage everybody else to do the same. And using it wisely. Are you at the Freedom Rally on Saturday in Sunderland?
I don't know if we're doing a Sunderland one. We'll try to, but we'll do that many things every week. It's hard to know which one to do, but trying to let people know the words out. We'll do Newcastle one on the 23rd as well. We just need to get a bit more promotion for that. There's a lot of promotion for that one.
Is that that's the monthly one, isn't it?
Yeah.
Who's organised the one in Sunderland? Do we know?
I don't don't actually know. I just know there's a few out of ours that are going. There's a few of us from Sunderland. But I don't actually know who's organising it. I haven't even seen the ads for it, so I hope there's a good turnout.
Yeah.
We've had some good responses here so far.
It's good when you get two people in the same car, but one's for and one's against. That's weird conversation after the leave.
It's
Yes.
strange that the police have turned up. It's like
But the thing is,
Oh, they have?
down that
they'll
corner.
tell one side of the story.
What?
I don't think the
Oh, I've got to go.
I've got to get that.
I've got to go get this. Alex Belfield, and oh yeah, he does. I like Alex Belfield. He's quite funny, but yeah,
Just on his way.
didn't miss anything then. What was that all about?
Asking what their intentions are. But we didn't get very far though.
To spread the truth. You don't want to go in there if you want any of that.
The BBC must have phoned them.
There's a lot of people.
Questions, so.
There's a lot of people with truth boards outside. Help! Help!
Help! Help! Oh no! What are we gonna do?
People are spreading the truth everywhere. Yay! Yeah. People supporting them are really annoying us at work. All these people.
BBC is spreading fear and propaganda! The BBC are full of shit!
All these people honking in support are upsetting our day.
Defund the BBC! BBC, tell the truth! BBC are on the wrong side of history!
I missed that. Didn't see him there. So, where do we think we're going next week, ladies?
Chronicle?
Yeah.
Council office?
Did anybody catch that? There was something on the Chronicle Live last night, wasn't there, about...
Oh, was the Gottham there?
Oh, did they? What?
Yeah.
Come on, share. I didn't see it.
On that answered one of the questions that I asked them. I think it was a couple of days ago, they said, oh, we're going to do like a live. So loads of would jumped on and asked them loads of questions. I answered one of them about why the GCVI, the governments went against their recommendations, and all the rest was just basically the same bullshit that we're used to. So everybody jumped on. The majority of people were against the vax for kids anyway. So
Oh, brilliant. Brilliant.
got
Not what they expected to happen then, I guess.
I don't know. They got bombarded though, with mothers and the Mockingjays as well.
I bet they would have expected to only filter through the ones that would agree with the narrative,
Yeah,
rather than be bombarded. A lot of fist pumping going on over there.
It was like a free for all. It was funny though, just the different comments and stuff. Trying to keep up with the chat. I think that they realised that they couldn't keep up with the live chat,
Yeah.
so they just went off the script, the normal script.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
we're coming around again for a second time to the kids. Trying to get more of an update. So we need to keep pushing and pushing and keep spreading awareness until
Yeah, Lisa Shaw was the BBC presenter who had the jab. Not to forget her and the many more that are suffering. I tell you, there's an awful lot of the Asian community dipping today, I've noticed, which is really good.
just over there, on Westgate Road, it's an Asian population,
Is it?
So
All right. I don't really know the areas of Newcastle, but yeah, they obviously in agreement with you because they're bipping the horns.
Excellent.
Solidarity from London. Brilliant. Thanks for your support. There's nobody on that bus. Premier coach, there's nobody on it. Must be too expensive.
Justice for Lisa Shaw! The BBC are the liars!
Oh, one of us in there already.
BBC spread fear! You're on the wrong side of history! Save the children from the poisonous experiment!
The Mockingers. Yeah. Sarah, do you want to give your details for the Mockingers groups? There's a question, do they have a Facebook group? So I'm guessing...
Got Facebook with Mockingjay North, or Mockingjay and Mockingjay of the North, because one group got censored, so we've got two. So if you just type in Mockingjay North, and we've got one on Telegram, and we've got one on Signal for emergencies, like when Facebook's desktop down and stuff. Oh, we've got Instagram now as well, Mockingjay North. I might be Mockingjay of the North. I need to check that out.
Kev said Sarah cracks you up, and Jay said Sarah doesn't need a megaphone.
Yeah, Sarah's got a big mouth. I love it. I love your big mouth. Especially when the police come try and like intimidate you and that.
I know.
But they've gone. Ha ha ha. The BBC must have called them because they've gone back into the BBC. Came back out now. So that means it worked and we've made an impact. So that's like our mission done for the day. To make the BBC realise that they're an absolute bunch of scumbags. Woo! And obviously it's made us realise today that there's quite a lot of people on our side.
Yes.
Because there's been a lot of peeping.
That's why you have to keep doing this, isn't it? Because it does... If you sat in front of that TV thinking that what they're telling you is the truth, you come outside, you do something like this, you realise that it's not.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Turn your bloody TVs off, people.
Oh, he's found your link. Great to put your link on.
Can you share it? Let's get. We've got 1,400 people in there now. It's growing. It's doing really well. So let's keep it going. Getting cold now. I think we'll be nicking off in a minute, though.
Yeah. Well, I've been filming for over an hour,
Okay, cool.
and I would have met you at the car. I walked right along, to that crossing,
Yeah.
and I looked over and I couldn't see anybody. I thought,
Down the road.
just.
Yeah.
I thought you'd have parked where you can park free.
But there's a march in Sunderland on Saturday.
Yes.
And there'll be people representing our little group there. And there's the march in Newcastle on the 23rd
Yes.
as well for people to come to. I'm going to go to that one. But we need to be thinking of more ideas, like more impactful things that we can be doing instead of just typing on Facebook. And I mean, it's good. There's loads of us can like type stuff on Facebook, but I think it's more impactful when you get out there and move and do something, isn't it?
What we really want is to make these people accountable for what they're doing,
Yeah.
not just a tick in a box for them, and a paycheck.
Yeah.
It's they need to be accountable for what that
Exactly.
what that
People
means.
We were looking into serving the immunisation team, so we're looking into that, and we're going to be looking into serving the...
He's saying this comment on saying, tell you to get in touch with Alex Belfield. Have you seen Alex Belfield?
I don't
Or have you
know.
not?
I don't know, I forget because I know there's that many people.
Alex Belfield is a journalist. He's anti-police, anti-BBC, and he's for us in a sense. In that he puts a lot of stuff on. Look for Alex Belfield on YouTube. He does a phone in on a Wednesday and a Sunday. You should go on his phone in and talk about what you're doing.
That's a good idea.
And then what he does, if he cuts bits out of it and he puts it out if it's interesting. So
I will have heard him, but there's that many people that you follow.
I
and
know,
like you
yeah.
watch, it's like hard to keep up with everything, isn't
But
it?
he does a live phone in on a Wednesday and a Sunday on his show, so it's worth. You can actually get in touch with him.
Cool. I'll have a look into that. You can phone him, Sharon.
Yeah. Yes.
I'm dying for
I have thought about it. I know know I'm ready for a coffee. And I mean, Jay said I should get police to do the job and go get me one, but they've disappeared, haven't they?
Aye, they've gone home now.
So yeah, we will keep you informed on Children Matter News about when the Mockingjays are out again.
Yeah.
And
Be out soon.
anybody else that wants to do a little protest, wants us to come along, he's got 340,000 subscribers as Alex Belfield, so he's worth getting in touch with. Alex Belfield on YouTube. He does a phone and saying get in touch with him, talk to him about the Mockingjays. He covers all sorts of things. He's really good. He's against the BBC and they've tried to shut him down and the police have tried to arrest him, but he's winning on every... Yeah.
Shall we wrap it up? Shall we get a group photograph outside the front of the...
Shall we stand in the front?
Actually.
Oh, go down there.
And I'll get you from here.
I think if we've got that in the background, Sarah, we
Aye.
need to be like... Right.
I think it'll be better over there. You can see the side over there. Group photo. That's right, guys.
That was good on that. Apparently there's a testing centre according to Google Maps over the back of them as well.
Oh, is there?
That would be
People are still bibbing.
Yeah, I think so. You did a very good job, Ellie.
If some people stand behind the wall and then the rest of you sit on it.
Yeah, let's all sit on the wall and some stand behind them holding the boards up. I'll take some. Nobody take a picture, Sharon.
Yes. Another comment saying, have you got in touch with Anna Breeze, ex-BBC journalist?
Sharon, will you take a photo so Jake can get in as well?
Yeah. Right, guys, I'm going to go now. So, yeah. Peace, love and light, everyone. And BBC, go for yourself. See you later.